Okay, maybe it's a little better. Okay, that's not so bad. Oh, my teeth are so white.
Time to open up your eyes, boy. Tell me what you see.
Very innocent. Right, babe? I'm innocent. See? You're being innocent.
No, you're not.
I am by your side. I am by your side. As the seasons change and change, one thing is for certain. I am by your side. No need to feel so isolated. Nothing matters more than this.
Hey y'all! So today I'm at my sister's residence to interview her and her fiance. Yes! Stay tuned. Hey, sister! Come on in, girl! Welcome to another episode of Real Love, Real Connection. This is a platform where we promote love and spotlight healthy marriages. At the end of this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Karen and Charles, thank you so much for having me. Your home is beautiful.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. All right, so let's get right into it.
That's right.
Wow. So you recently had an engagement.
Yes.
You sure did.
Wow,
Yes.
I can see the glow all over you guys. It's all over. So walk me through it. When did you first meet and where?
Well, technically, we were met way back in high school.
Right.
This is circa 2006, 2007. And I would see her around campus, and I was like, yo, she's cute, man. I'll tell my friends and stuff, she's cute. But I mean, I never really physically addressed her, but I admired her from afar.
Right. And then we reconnected on Facebook a few years ago.
So where was your first date?
Our first date took place after I picked him up from the airport. We went to a Jamaican restaurant and where we had lunch. Our first lunch date was jerk chicken.
Yeah, shout out to Island in the Pines.
It was very hot, but it was good.
You mentioned that you picked him up from the airport.
Right.
Was he not living in Florida?
No, actually he lives in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
So you guys
Atlanta
have a-
myself, but yeah, basically Atlanta. And I flew down to prove a point, you know, because I didn't know if she thought I was serious enough or not. So to prove that I'm about what I say I'm about, I flew down.
Okay, so how long were you dating before you knew you were in love?
I mean, within the first 6 months, within the first 3 weeks or so, I just knew. I'm a guy who knows what he wants, and I go after it.
Right.
You know, I work and work and work until I get it, and when I get it, I keep on working like I ain't got it.
Right.
So I
Work to
just
keep it.
Yeah, you know. So I just knew, like, there was a time when I was at a point where I was transitioning, and she was a big help to that transition. It had to be God, because it couldn't have been nothing else to make me feel like that, to where I just knew.
So you said you knew within the first 6 months. So why do women stay in relationships like 5, 10 years? If what you're saying, like men usually know pretty soon.
I mean, sometimes it depends and varies on circumstances. Sometimes
It's
the
familiarity.
situation.
They don't want to start over again with someone new. You know, go through that whole process again.
Yeah, sometimes
you know.
it's fear. Sometimes it's doubt.
Right.
You
Fear of
know, they've been
rejection.
hurt over and over and over. They don't know.
Mhm.
That's why it's good to pray. Always talk to the Lord, you know,
Right.
because He gonna guide you. He gonna show you. He'll map everything out for you.
Mhm.
But sometimes a guy will be with you for a long time,
Right.
and then let's say the relationship ended,
Mhm.
and then right after he meets someone and married that person.
Yes. With that, sometimes it ends up being either that person wasn't the one for him or her,
Right.
and they help build that person up for the next individual,
Exactly.
or it just wasn't gonna work, and he just wanted, or
You-
she just wanted.
You wanted a way out, and then sometimes too.
That's messed
I
up.
was listening to a seminar once, and they talked about me time girls. You know, and I believe, unfortunately, she was a me time girl. She was a me time girl for his true purpose, his true wife, you know, so to speak. He didn't see a future with her.
Didn't see a future with her.
Their
But I
purpose
think that's
didn't
kind of
align.
I think that's kind of sad. Why didn't you just tell her? Like, I'm sure my viewers are wondering, why didn't I tell us if you're not feeling us that way?
Because some people, they get the good while the good is getting, because it's like, yo, it's already going so well. What else can I get before that time expires? You know what I'm saying? So they just selfishly siphon and keep siphoning the joy, the happiness,
Right.
the income, the intellect, the wisdom, the knowledge, everything they can get until it's time to move on.
Right.
And they use that in the next relationship. So it's like, I got what I need now. Now I'm going to apply that.
To the next woman.
Exactly.
Wow.
Right.
And for the woman, she lost her youth,
Yes.
the prime of her life. All of that is gone, you know, versus a man. Because sometimes older men, they can get younger girls because they're older,
Yeah.
you know? And versus the woman is like, oh,
You know, their biological clock, you know, expired. You
So
know.
for us, it's harder, you know?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So how long before each knew they loved the other one? How long did you know? before each one said-
It was actually, I want to say, the second week or so. He told me he loved me.
Hold up. The second week?
Hey, man,
Yes.
I put my low jack game down, and then I was just like, bam. She reeled me in, though, you know? She really reeled me in.
I think what's most important is that I came into his life when he needed me the most. You know, I was his guardian angel, so to speak. You know, I was sent to be in his life at that right moment in time. You know, and that's why it's really important to have like that relationship with God and that communication. You know, you pray about it. You know, ask, you shall be received, and you know, God answered his prayers.
He sure did. Prayers.
Oh my God, this is so beautiful. Like, wow. So, because, you know, I'm still on the whole 2 weeks thing, right?
Right.
Because, you know, people say, oh, we gotta trust God, we gotta pray. But sometimes God is giving you the signal.
It be there right in your
And
face.
you know what's so funny? Before Charles, I had gone through the most horrific breakup ever. You know, I was cheated on. You know, the guy that I was with, you know, he had a baby for someone else. You know, and I mean, you know, the way I found out about it was, you know, unbelievable. You know, so after that breakup, you know, I really sought God. You know, and I was like, you know, God, when it's time, you know, I want you to show me, you know, show me who my husband's supposed to be.
Wow.
He did just that.
And that's why I believe that failure is really a part of success.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
you learn so much more from failure versus success.
Exactly.
Because I'm sure you had to go back and say, okay, God, you know, where did I mess up in this relationship? You know, and see the mistakes and all those things and what you know, didn't do or the red flags that you didn't see.
Right.
And I believe that helps prepare you.
Right.
Now it's for when the right guy shows up, you're like, okay, that's him.
Yeah.
You know, because you had the bad one before.
Right.
And now you can recognize a good one.
And I think what's important to know is that I didn't jump into a next relationship. I took that time to seek God. I took that time to mend my broken heart, you know, and I made sure that I was 100% healed before going into a new relationship.
And I think that's the key. And Tony Gaskins always say, heal before you deal.
Yes.
And it's so true, because if you're broken and you're looking
Right.
for someone to fill that space, that hole, then it's going to be another dysfunctional relationship.
Exactly. You're gonna bring all that baggage, you know, and dysfunction into the new relationship, and you're gonna make him pay for what the last guy did. You know, and that's unfair.
That's unfair.
It really is.
Anything you want to add, Charles?
It's just, you know, like she was saying, it's unfair to me to be penalized for the previous guys' failures, their actions, all of that. So it was a clean slate, you know. And when she came in a very pivotal point in my life as well. You know, like I say, I was transitioning.
Yeah.
So with her going through what she had been through and me transitioning, everything
It
just
was-
came together.
It was like divine alignment.
Right. Right. Our
Divine
purpose
alignment.
aligned.
And because you were healed, you were open to receive love at that time in your life.
Exactly. Exactly.
Exactly how I work.
Yeah. You have to be open to receive. So Charles, did you have butterflies when you asked her to marry you?
Oh man.
He sure did.
How you know I had butterflies?
I know. If your palms were sweaty.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I didn't have butterflies. I was just
He was anxious.
I was anxious about the whole thing. I was wondering how I was gonna do it. I had planned. We all played our parts. So I'm just
He
like,
knew I was a planner, so he knew that.
yeah. I mean, it's like, dang, she's already an event planner. So how am I supposed to top?
What
You
she
know,
already knows
what
how
she
to do.
already knows. She know what to look for. She know the signs. Any sudden
And she's
change.
so nosy.
Exactly.
I really
Oh,
am.
man.
I really am. I'm you know,
But I
I'm a
mean-
control freak, so you know,
Yeah.
I had to relinquish control and let him do his thing.
I pulled it off.
Oh my god.
Yeah, show her that. Yeah.
Beautiful. Ooh, show it to the camera, child.
Bling,
Isn't that
bling.
gorgeous? I love it. Gorgeous ring.
But I mean, I was feeling everything at once, if that makes any sense. Nothing negative, but I was feeling hopeful, joyful, faithful. I gave God thanks and praise because I'm like, man, I've been praying for this for the longest.
Wow.
Somebody that loves me for me, all my flaws, everything, you know. Help build me up, help build an empire, and reciprocate. So I was like, hey, I ain't no type to play games, so I'm gonna just go ahead and take her off the market. You know what I'm saying?
Before someone comes and snatch her
Exactly,
up.
because I knew I had something good, so I'm like, hey, oh man, check please. I want it, you know, bring it up, put her in the bag, you know. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't nervous or anything. I just wanted to see everyone's reaction to her reaction.
Wow.
And so
Wow.
she was all like, you know.
So what advice, Charles, would you give to someone that's dating and they just have a fear of asking the big question, fear of, getting married
Or taking that next
or
step.
taking that next step? What would you say to that young man?
Me personally, do it, get it over with, not to wait. You know, there's nothing to it but to do it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to be afraid of as long as you know what you're doing, she knows what she's doing, vice versa. Y'all putting in the same amount of effort. Y'all seeking the Lord and getting answers from Him. Go for it, because a lot of people will pray for a cake and the Lord will give you bread, butter, all the ingredients to make the cake, but you still praying for the cake and you got everything to make it. So pay attention to the blessings that you receive in small increments or large increments and make that cake. Make it happen. Don't be scared. Don't be doubtful. Don't be fearful, because there's no fear in the Lord or in faith.
And there's no fear in love.
That's right.
Yes.
So just do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What values do you want to bring from your family into your marriage?
I think one of the most important value I want to bring into my marriage is my faith. I've always grown up into a Christian household, and so I want to bring that forward into my marriage and I want to teach my kids, pass it on to them, so that instill the word of God into them. The Bible says that word of God that I've hid in my heart, that I may not sin against them. And if you hold God in here, there's no way you can sin against them. So I think I want to bring that into my marriage.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Faith. Without faith, you know what I'm saying? Nothing really works without faith. You just have to know. And even when you don't know, ask and seek God, and He will tell you that answer in a number of ways. So I would definitely bring faith. When you just don't know what to do, talk to God.
Yeah.
Pray. Read your Bible. Listen to some Christian music.
It's imperative.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go through life by yourself. Absolutely not.
Right.
And there are some who even try, and it's just like they don't get nowhere.
And that's
So
why-
I would definitely bring faith. Like, I'm a man of strong faith. I believe in,
It's easy in my presence.
yes, getting stuff done. Even if I'm in, like, my back is against the wall, and it just, from someone outside looking in, he ain't gonna make it, man. Ain't no way he gonna pass that test. Ain't no way he gonna get that car, he gonna get that promotion, anything like that. And just out of nowhere, I just, because of my faith.
Because of your faith.
I believe, because no weapon formed against me shall prosper, and I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So as long as I know in here and in here, I'm gonna make it regardless.
Right.
So do you think that faith is just believing, and
I don't
taking
believe if
steps?
that's just believing, but it's just you set it in your mind to eat. No matter how it defies all logic.
Well, to simplify it, babe, I would say that faith is a lifestyle. You know,
Yeah.
faith is something that you live by.
That you do.
know, and that you do. You know, it's a practice. It's
Yeah.
a lifestyle. You can't just say I have faith, and you know, a
I don't do
situation comes
nothing.
up, and you need to have faith, and you start doubting. You know, you
Right.
start doubting God.
Because one thing
No.
I learned,
Fear and
is
faith
that
cannot coexist.
Yeah.
They cannot.
one thing I learned, when you
True.
ask the Lord for something, if you pray for strength, He gonna give you all these trials that's gonna strengthen you. If you pray for patience, He gonna put a whole bunch of things in your way as
That's
far
so
as to
good.
test your
Test your
patience.
patience.
That's so
Yeah.
good, Charles.
Yeah,
It's true.
trust me,
Yeah.
I know, because I prayed for patience, I prayed for strength, I prayed for all of that, and I
Yeah.
had to go through that.
Oh my
Mhm.
goodness. Now your relationship seems so like almost perfect, right? I know there is no perfect relationship.
Absolutely
But
not.
have you guys ever had any arguments? And if so, which one was your first?
I wouldn't necessarily call it argument. We have more
Heated
disagreements and debates than arguments, because I don't like to argue. I just be like, you won, and get that out of the way.
He's not
But we
hard.
do have different debates and disagreements until we come to
An agreement.
an agreement.
Mm-hmm.
We talk it out. We make sure we do that before 12 p.m. Because I don't like that. Once it's the next day, it's the next day. That's
Oh
the
yeah,
past.
he has this thing where he wants to talk about it. And when I'm in my feelings and in that moment, I'm just like, just give me a second, let me count to 10,
Mhm.
and then I'll be able to, address you.
And I've been around you guys, because I'm your sister,
Yes, you are.
and I see the relationship like head on. I see how he defers to you,
Yeah.
and you defers to him. It's almost like there's no one superior.
Right,
You
right.
guys are equals,
Right.
and you guys talk about everything, and I love that. So I think your marriage is going to be pretty healthy.
Of course.
Thank you.
Communication is key. Like, you have to communicate. The way I see it, my grandfather always taught me, no matter how mad you are, you're still married.
That's good.
No matter how, you could be mad all day, y'all still under the same roof, y'all still in the same house, on the same bed. You're going to see each other regardless.
And your spouse is not the enemy.
Exactly.
Yes, true.
So no matter how mad you are, you still love her, you still married her, you bore children, whatever the case may be, y'all stuck,
You're
Right,
all on the
so-
same
So no
team.
matter how mad, just because I'm mad, it doesn't mean I don't love you anymore. A lot of people, they get mad and they do all type of stuff. Me,
They
I'm-
go out there and
Yeah.
sin.
And compulsive,
Right, but it's like being angry is an emotion. Anger is an emotion. You can overcome emotion easily with other emotions. The biggest emotion of all is love. And what do we know about love? It conquers all, right? So even when you do something to annoy me or you get on my last nerve and you just make me upset, yeah, I still love you.
I love you.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. So going back to the proposal, when she said yes, how did that make you feel?
Man, I felt honestly like I felt like I won the lottery. Like I ain't have to pay no more taxes.
Oh my goodness.
Like
He
it was just
smooth with it too.
I had to be
He was-
smooth with
he
it
had
because it was
toothpick in his mouth, and he was just like, "Oh yes, yes."
it was very
yes.
impromptu because there was a few catalysts that took place and we just had to improvise. So I just went off the top of my head and I knew the most important thing I had to do was ask that question.
That's the question. Yep, the $1 million question.
Exactly. And the next important thing was hearing that answer. So when I got down on my one knee, you know what I'm saying? I got on one knee. I did it. And I asked her, babe,
Oh my goodness, babe.
will you marry me? And she said yes. I was just like, oh man, like, I don't know. It's like a different type of responsibility that I feel I have to, take care of. It ain't no more boyfriend, girlfriend. It's the next level for me.
I was just about to say that. It's almost like it's an instant promotion. The moment she
Right,
said yes,
right.
you're on the next step.
Right.
Immediately. Just like when you say I do, you're on the next level.
Yes.
So it's,
Yes, it's a different level of accountability,
Yeah.
that you have
and
now.
commitment.
Yeah,
Right.
I take it very serious. I take my job very serious,
Yes, it does.
Her happiness is my happiness. If she ain't happy, everybody suffers. So I gotta make sure that she's all right, because if she's not all right, then I'm not all right, and then everything is just in a disarray. And even when it does get to that point, I pray, Lord, give me guidance, give me strength, show me what to do, tell me what to do, how to do it. Make me vigilant to be aware that you blessing me with something or giving me the answers that I prayed for. So I will know and not just being blind to the blessing or the answer that he's given me.
Right.
Because sometimes we'll pray and we'll miss it because we don't know what to look for.
Right.
So,
That's good.
Lord, give me the wisdom and the sight to see
Wisdom and
what you're doing.
understanding.
Yeah, what you're doing for me. So I mean, it all boils down to praying
Right.
and having a relationship with the Lord.
You have anything you want to add to it?
No, I think you pretty much said it all.
All right. So why are you gay? Why?
I think one of the most important reasons we're getting married is because, you know, our purpose aligns. You know, we're in alignment, we're in agreement. You know, the Bible says, how can two walk together unless they agree? You know, and from the very beginning, our purpose have always been in alignment and in agreement. And I see a future with this guy. You know? I close my eyes and he's the only guy that I see in my future. So I believe this is why we're getting married.
What about for you, child?
I married him because I love her. Like, there's the boyfriend, girlfriend thing, you know, that's childish. You know?
Yeah.
I don't believe in just being together.
And it only could go so far.
Right.
I don't understand how
It's like
people
going
can
around
be
in a
together
circle.
for 10, 20 years
I mean,
and just be boyfriend
I
and
just think
girlfriend.
it's the right thing to do.
To each
Right.
their own, but for me, I'm not a fan of wasting time. If I'm gonna be with you, we gonna get married, we gonna have children, and we gonna reciprocate our values into them.
And also too, just to, you know, add to Babe's you know, comment, you know, we as Christians have accountability. We have to date with purpose.
Sure,
You
take it
know.
out of my mouth.
Right, you know, you cannot date idly without a purpose in mind.
Date with intention.
Yes, you date with intention,
Yeah.
you know, and from the very beginning, marriage has always been the goal, you know, and, you know, I said that to him, you know, I was like, listen, I want to get married, you know, if this is something that you want to do, you know, and if not, you know, it's fine, you know, I can go my separate ways and vice versa, you know, but a lot of people, they don't make their intentions known from the beginning and they waste time.
And I think
You
a
know?
lot of times women don't let their intentions be known is because of fear.
Right.
Fear
Of
that, you know,
rejection.
if they tell the person, they'll be like, okay, you know, especially if they really like the guy.
Right.
There's-
Or I
they'll-
want kids.
They'd be
or
afraid
this
to
and
tell.
that.
Like, for
Like, oh, I
example,
want
this
kids.
is a big one, you know, saving sex into marriage.
Mhm.
They're afraid that if they tell the guy, the
Mhm.
guy was okay, well, I'm out.
Right,
You know,
right.
versus standing your own
Right.
and say, you know, I'm sorry, but this is it. So I think that men marry women that they respect.
Yes.
I really do
Yes,
think so.
yes,
So if you
yes.
have your standards
I
and your
agree.
boundaries, they'll see you
Mhm.
as, oh, she's different.
Yes.
Wow, she's a woman of value, you know, and they'll see you and want to be with you.
All right.
So this one is a big one. So I know you guys are getting married soon. How do you feel about combining your finances?
I feel like it is important to combine your finances. I feel like, you know, people that have separate accounts, or not even just separate accounts, but like prenups, you know, I feel like they're looking for, they have like an escape plan. You know, if this relationship doesn't work out, if this marriage doesn't work out, I have money saved up that, you know, I'll be fine on my own.
Like a just
You know.
in case.
Right, and a just in case
I
account.
don't believe in just in case. I know what I'm capable
You know.
of. I know what I'm putting in.
So death do us
Yeah.
part, you
So
know.
what if someone want to be a devil's advocate and say, okay, that could be money she putting away for in case the family goes into like a drought or a catastrophe and something happens.
I mean, and if that's the case, you know, you guys should speak about that, have that conversation. You know, I mean, I know people that have separate accounts that are hidden from their spouse,
I have
and,
no clue
and
about
they
it.
have no clue about it. You know, this is my money, my paycheck goes in there, you know, and this is my
Wow.
just in case account.
Yeah.
You know,
And I mean, how can we be one if everything is separated? I got my
Right.
own this, she got her own
right?
that.
Exactly.
Ain't no unity.
Yes, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So if we coming together on the
Mhm.
physical level,
Yeah.
we
Two
gonna
people
also
coming as one.
we
Yeah.
gotta come together on the spiritual, the financial, the mental, all of that.
Everything.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
agree
Think that's
so
one.
heartedly.
Yeah.
Like, because the Bible says, you know, the house divided will
Cannot
fall.
stand, too.
Don't be afraid to ask questions. I tell my mentees all the time, don't be afraid.
Yeah.
You know? So let me ask you this, since y'all so knowledgeable. Why are independent black women finding so hard to find love?
Because they're taught that. It's a behavior that they learn from the previous single mother. grandmother.
So we're conditioned.
So
to
from
believe
what
that
they
we can
see
be-
growing up, if they have their mother that's doing all the work, or they're single, they see that. That's all they know. Oh, my mom did everything for me, this and the third. My dad wasn't around, so I get it from her. And then they have this mentality that, hey, man, I don't need no man to pay my bills. I can pay my own bills. I can open my own door. I can buy my own vehicle. I can cook for myself.
And that's hard, you know, that's a hard realization because in fact there are a lot of single mothers, you know, but at the same time, you know, a lot of women don't know how to operate in their feminine energy, you know, they don't know how, you know, to let the man be a man, let him take care of certain things that need to be taken care of, you know. They're too masculine, you know, they want to do everything by themselves, you know, they want to pay the bills, you know, they want to, you know,
Be independent.
be independent,
I
ultimately.
mean, that's all that ties into being independent. Doing by herself, it plays a great part in that. So she feels that she has to grow up and be the same way. And sometimes these mothers drill that into their
Yeah,
kids.
yeah.
Be independent. Get a good education.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you don't need a man for nothing.
Exactly.
You know?
They
And
drill
that's
it
why
into
some of those basketball players, they marry outside of